the benefit. Nice. Alright, today we're going to install the BlendMount mirror mount for the Valentine Gen 2. This does okay, these little suction cups it comes with, but you can see it just kind of jiggles around when you are driving. You hit a bump, dum 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 dum. It never gets solid enough. And this will put it right here and be super solid. Also, the power will come from the mirror. This Valentine is great though. If you don't have one, I used to have the Escort. This one works much better. So this is the power tap. Basically has the end you need. I can't remember what that's, not RJ45, but it's basically a phone plug. I can't remember the name of it. But it comes with a tap that goes right into your battery, or sorry, into your mirror. And this is the BlendMount. It's supposed to be specific for this car. We are always here to help. Tiny little screws, don't want to lose those. Alright, let's see how this guy works. So I assume it just hangs from there, and this pop into those suction holes. So we pull off the suction cups. Got the box here somewhere. Save those, you never know if you're going to go on a trip later and need to slap it in a different car. I'm going to go take the mirror off. Huh, it's just really loose. No, I do not want to drop that. And then you just slide it forward. Looks like it's stuck on something. Some of this video is going to be hard to capture, but see this right here? It's just a sleeve that holds the cable. And then there's this little cable holder here also. I have to figure out how to get that clip off so I can mess around with the... Oh, I can just do that. Look at that. Oh, that just got easier. Except it's in the way to get the actual mirror off. So, okay. This thing is way trickier than it needs to be, I think. But there's this little clip here that protects, or just makes the wire look nice as it goes up into the headliner. And then you've got the sleeve that also, it just holds the wire. What I was planning to do is take the mirror completely off so that I could easily access these you know, these wire points for doing a wire tap into there. But now, because I don't want to break this clip, I mean, I'm sure I could force it off and probably not break it, but I don't want to risk it. So what I'm going to do is do the wire tap while that's on there, and then the way the BlendMount is designed, I can undo the set screw and just set it up over and around the post easy enough. It's just a bummer. I was hoping to deal with it a little bit better. Sorry, this video is going to be a little bit tricky also. In fact, I wonder if this thing comes apart. It does. Okay, so this comes apart. Looks like I can pop this off. And I may do that just to make things easier to work on. Okay, I took this little bracket off, just the cable holder, by just sliding a blade in right there at that junction and prying it apart. So it does come apart. To slide it off of there. So I'm going to leave it off. In fact, I'm going to move the cable to the other side because I believe that will work better. So it's this way. I believe that will work better with the wire tap I'm going to be doing and the mount itself. So anyways, I might even find myself that a zip tie will do a better job in the end than this bracket. We'll see. Alright. So I managed to get this guy out. This is what just, you know, it looks nice and manages the cable up there, up top. Basically, you have to, it's this way. It's just, you know, I was afraid of breaking it, but it's just a simple clip that clips in on the inside of here and such. And so you have to push it up inside the headliner, way up inside, to be able to pull it off. So pretty straightforward. I was only being nervous because I didn't want to break it, because sometimes this interior stuff breaks so easy. Alright, so now I should be able to just slide the mirror off, and there we go. So I don't know if it's strong enough to hang by the tap. It is, but I probably shouldn't do that. So now that the mirror is off, it'll be easier for me to tap it, rotate the wiring over to the other side, and put that bracket back on. It's all black inside the car, so hopefully this video comes through well enough. It's just a simple set screw. So now I have to decide which one of these is power. Wow, there's quite a lot going on there. Okay, I just unclipped that wire harness from there. Easy enough. It's just a simple push clip. That should make it easier for me to wire tap it, and then do some testing before I put it all back together to make sure it powers up. Okay, so BlendMount sells these mirror taps, 15-inch. It's kind of long. I don't really need that much, but I'm sure I'll zip tie it up nice. Yeah, that'll be too long, but okay, I'm going to attempt to explain how this works now that I've messed with it for, I don't know, 30 plus minutes, maybe more. I'm not an electrician, so bear with me. I have found my ground wire like I thought it would be, the green one, and it's this green one at the top of the gray one on this Molex. So the power is at the bottom and the ground is at the top on the passenger side if the Molex were plugged into the mirror. Boop, boop. So I have already got to tap into the green, and I'm going to tap into the power, but I want to show you how I came to this conclusion. First, to find out if you have a wire that is properly grounded, you have to put it in continuity mode. And on mine, it's, you know, it shows the plus and minus. That's how you know you're in continuity mode. You need your grounded. I've just got mine tucked into the door hinge there, or latch, or whatever you call that. Just tapped onto that. So if you touch that, it's going to beep. That's how you know it's properly grounded. So just to show again, I'm going to connect to the like this. Well, I'll just show you the one that I'm tapped into. It should beep. That's how we know we have continuity ground clear to that door frame over there. So now to test the power that you have at 12 volt, you go to voltage check mode right here, and I'm going to try to get this tap all the way in there because I already know it's the power, and that's this one here. And if this tap's too thick, then I'll go to a different one. Yeah, this one's too thick, so I'm going to grab the smaller tap. Oh. You want to use as big a tap as possible so it's nice and tight. So I'm going to go with, let's see, that's the large one. I'm going to try this one. I believe that's the size of one that I used on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and try to get that all the way in there like I did the other one. Feels like it's down. Ugh. Potato fingers, old eyes. Okay, that's going down in there. Just going to slowly work it in. It feels like it's in there. Now, to confirm I did that right, I'm still in voltage mode. Come back in, check this tap. Please. And there we go. We've got 12 volt. The car's on, so that's showing DC on the 12 side. That is correct. So now, I'm going to make sure those are nice and deep in there. Firm. They are firm. I was worried at first that they wouldn't be. But that's what you end up with, is that. So now, I'm actually going to... Oh, there's no way to do what I was just thinking. So I'm going to put a little tiny little zip tie around this guy. And then when I connect the wire to this, it does have a heat shrink piece of, heat shrink plastic that will go around these connections here. So now I'm going to grab the tap, the rest of the tap, and I'm going to test the voltage, see if it powers up. See if it powers up the Valentine. So I'm going to go ahead and plug it in. This guy here. So tuck this up over the top tuck this over the top because that's what I'm going to heat shrink over the top of that connection just to make it nice and solid. Pretty nice little system they've got. Since the car is on, just when I plug these in, it should fire up the unit. I'm going to start by the ground. Slides in there nice and firm. What a cool little deal. And there you go. How's that for a good sign? Nice. Nice and firm. We've got full power. We're in advanced logic mode. I'm going to go ahead and unplug it here now. Let's just see that again. Okay. Nice. So now I'm going to do a little zip tie and heat shrink this guy. I'm going to do it in the car because I don't want to pull these taps out. They're in there good and I don't want to get them loose. No longer need my voltage meter in here. Okay, so the benefit of having the mirror out is it'll be a lot easier to install this guy here than in the car with these little tiny, I have these little plastic inserts and I wonder now if this car doesn't need them. Those plastic inserts are not fitting this car. Does it say anything about those? Okay, mine has the bushings on it. I need to remove these bushings. Okay, just pull those bushings out like so. In the video I'll have all the description of the part and everything. This is what it chose for the Shelby, so, well, I think any S550 with this mirror, just, I think pretty much the standard mirror on anything GT and above. Okay, you want this tab? Don't know why the YouTube video keeps turning itself off. Okay, now this guy fits just fine. So, let me straighten the mirror out a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna put it on there untight. Okay, I'm back. Stupid GoPro keeps turning itself off. These batteries just don't last very long, even with the 9. Thought I'd get better battery life than this. Gonna have to turn off that back display. So I have to be able to fit that other unit that I want to be able to have full range of the mirror, which is, well, I mean, reasonably range of the mirror. Let's make it a little tighter right there. too tight already. Jeez. That gives me pretty good angle. In fact, it's still probably more than I need. So I'm going to get this all in the car. And I want it to be just below the mirror, so it's going to be somewhere like so. But I also have to not hit the glass, so it's a little bit of a trick. Alright. So I think we're ready to put this in. Just make sure there's nothing loose. Would really suck to lose one of these little tiny screws while you're in there in a black car. Okay, I'll need this tiny set screw. The Torx 20. Okay, so now I've gone and put this guy back on to make it easier. I'm going to run the cable out the other side. Hopefully that doesn't cause a problem. Going to hook this guy onto the mirror with this to the other side. Okay, so I'm going to have to adjust all this around and make it. So that's the cable holder. Oh, I got to get the Molex in. Ooh, that's going to be tricky. So I'm spinning that up out of the way. I'm go to get the mirror on. Crank that down so I can slide it up over the adjuster. Hopefully this is showing. I want the wiring to be on the other side, I decided. And then this slides into here somehow. Okay, right there. Alright, so we've got that little hose clamp on. Okay, I did not like how that little shrink tubing they provided. I think I missed, like I didn't heat it up in the right place. So I've switched to the very smallest tap from this package, because the smallest tap is the only thing that will actually slide down into that Molex. So I've switched to that. I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue on the inside because these things, they feel like they want to pull out a little bit. Just a little glue on there. That plus being in the shrink wrap ought to do it. So I'm going to slide the shrink wrap up over it. Need to leave myself enough room that I'll be able to push on the Molexes to push those taps in anyways. Okay, now let me grab this. Okay, I've got my just a simple heat gun. The end didn't shrink down that much, but where I needed it to did. Interesting. Alright, I'm going to let that cool. Then we'll go push that on. That should be a much better connection. The gray wire is the negative, or sorry, the positive, and the green one is the negative on this Molex. I'll try to get a picture for the video I'm making to try and show that. But this stuff, I recommend getting some if you don't have it. Just this is the 1/4 inch shrink tube. I just got it from Lowe's. Get anywhere. So the specific part number I got for the S550 Mustang with my mirror, which I think is pretty standard across all the Mustangs. It's just a simple daylight, or what do you call that, dimming mirror, but it has 12 volt to it, so that makes this a really nice package. The BlendMount specific part number is BV1-200-2001R, and then you definitely want to order it with the mirror tap. Luckily they sell this there. This is the MTX-1015. It's a cool product. Tuck these down in there kind of at the same time. It's really hard to see, so the red goes in there. Oh gosh. This is when it's bad to have potato fingers, potato shaped fingers. Okay, I'm sure this isn't, I don't think this is going to come through very well on video. But now just to check that it did in fact hit the right slots, confirm I have power, and I do. Okay, I'll go ahead and unplug that. So now I want to make sure that those don't pop out. Get them in there nice and tight, and I'm going to put a little zip tie right there, right on that joint. So I just have the little guys. You know, I could have put another tube of shrink wrap on and then shrink wrapped them again, but it's hard to get the tap slid into the Molex if you go right up that close. I'm just going to put this right up on there. Okay. One more thing. Okay, that's nice and tight. Because I'm crazy, I'm going to check again. Nice. this guy on. So the only thing you have to get used to doing is aligning your post centered. That's how it aims your, and then just moving this independent, your mirror independent of the post, so you're not using both axes. Plug that guy in. That looks pretty clean now. Now that we're done installing the BlendMount and wiring it up to the mirror, this is what it's like. It's all nice, tucked in real nice right below the mirror. Doesn't obstruct your view at all, I don't believe. Here's a side view. Looks real good. It's nice and solid. Look at that. Not gonna bounce all over. And most of all, you know, you don't have suction cups, you don't have a coily wire hanging down to your accessory. You don't have to run a wire down through your headliner, down into your fuse box. It's just a lot more solid with that wiretap and BlendMount. And most importantly, you just get in, and it's not, the nice thing about the mirror is it's not a powered accessory all the time. You know, my last car, it used to always drain my battery if I didn't turn my radar detector off. So anyways, here's the benefit. Nice, it powers up. Cool. Hope you liked it. It was a long, tedious video, but if you're going to do it, hopefully there's some good pointers in this video. And help me out by liking and subscribing to my channel. I've got a ton more coming for track days and more track mods coming.